You ever try to bring a little peace into your life, only for someone to treat it like a personal insult? That's what happened when I hung up a set of wind chimes on my porch, and that's what kicked off the whole melodious rebellion. It wasn't just any set of wind chimes either. These were handcrafted. I picked them up from a local artisan in Santa Fe, tuned aluminum tubes strung on a carved cedar circle. And when the wind blew just right, they sang soft, soothing tones that made my whole porch feel like a spa commercial. It was the kind of sound that makes your shoulders drop a little, makes your coffee taste better, makes the world feel lighter. Apparently, not everyone agreed. One morning, I stepped outside to water the potted herbs and found an envelope taped to my mailbox. The HOA kind. The kind that's folded too crisply and smells faintly of pettiness. Dear homeowner, your recent installation of wind chimes has prompted noise complaints from neighbors. While charming to some, they may disrupt the tranquility of our shared environment. Please remove or replace with silent alternatives. Silent alternatives. For wind chimes. Now, I knew exactly which neighbor this came from. Karen, our reigning HOA president. With a haircut sharp enough to cut glass and a personality that matches. She's the sort of person who measures shrub height with a tape measure and refers to squirrels as vermin. I took down the chimes. Sure. I followed the rules. But I wasn't about to roll over and let my front yard be turned into a sensory deprivation chamber. No. No. I had a better idea. That same afternoon, I sat down with a sketch pad and a challenge. What's bigger, louder, and technically more legal than a set of wind chimes? The answer, a singing water fountain. Now, I'm not talking about a little trickle over pebbles situation. I'm talking tiered stone bowls, with water flowing from the top and hitting tuned ceramic paddles that sang when struck. Think Zen garden meets public art installation. Something out of a botanical garden, except it lived in my yard and whispered, "Try me, Karen." I found a custom builder online, local guy who'd worked with wineries and hotels. 2 weeks later, he rolled up with a flatbed truck and a grin. We spent a full weekend digging, leveling, plumbing, installed a buried reservoir with a submersible pump, set the stones just right. The fountain rose up like a sculpture elegant, soothing, and oh so audible. The sound a constant blend of gentle trickling water with random, musical clinks and pings from the moving paddles like wind chimes, but with more personality and zero HOA violations. Of course, I didn't stop there. I added a little sign, tasteful, carved wood, mounted near the base of the fountain. Complained about chimes enjoy the opera. By the following Monday, the neighborhood had caught on. Old man Riley from next door said it sounded like a spa met a piano. Kids stopped by to toss pennies and make wishes. My neighbor Jaya started doing yoga next to it every morning. Someone posted a video on the neighborhood Facebook group with the caption, "Who needs Italy when we've got this?" And Karen marched up the sidewalk like she was storming the gates of Rome. She stood there, staring at the fountain, nostrils flaring, arms folded. "This is excessive," she said. I smiled and sipped my coffee. It's hydration with harmony. You replaced one disturbance with another. Actually, the HOA noise policy only applies to non-natural sound, and this, I gestured at the cascading water, is a water feature. Section 4, subsection B, Permits decorative water elements as long as they are well maintained and under 4 feet in height. She opened her mouth, then closed it, opened it again, walked off without saying another word. Later that week, she tried filing a complaint about psychological noise, whatever that means. The board declined to hear it. The vice president even came by one morning and dropped a quarter in the fountain, like it was a wishing well. He wished for Karen to chill out. He told me that himself. Since then, the fountain's become a landmark. Neighbors bring over their parents to see it. A local meditation group asked if they could hold a sound bath session in my front yard. One guy even offered to rent my fountain for his backyard wedding. I said no, but gave him the builder's number. And me, I still sit out there every morning with my coffee. Still listen to that soft, unpredictable music drifting through the air like freedom. The original Chimes, still in my garage, still legal on the inside of the house. But I don't miss them, not when I've got an entire fountain that sings back at the wind. Karen hasn't said a word in weeks, though, rumor has it, she tried installing a rock garden next to her porch. The birds just keep pooping on it. Karma's got rhythm too, I guess. So tell me, what would you build if someone tried to silence your joy? Would you go musical, botanical, or all-out theatrical? Let's hear your most satisfying petty upgrades.